I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too. I can say it about other countries, too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other, and we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country.
Amigo, não tem problema, amigo, eu não tenho problema, amigo. Oh, don't pee, man. Sorry. Move back. Out the way, boys, out the way. You're gonna get knocked down. Move!
It just gets bad in here, man. I just don't want to be here no more. I pray to God just. I'm just tired of you guys talking about me and just always talking shit. These guys just don't even know how to just leave me alone. I'm just so tired.
Stand back! Move back! This is the freedom. I'm coming to my process immigration.
Sir, what country are you from?
I'm from Western Somali.
Congresswoman, thank you for being with us. The president attacked you personally yesterday, and I want to play more of what he said.
Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain.
Congresswoman, how do you respond to that?
Well, thank you, Anna, for having me. I would say the president's obsession with me and the Somali community is really unhealthy. It's creepy. And I hope that he gets the help that he needs. It sounds like he is trying to deflect from the failures that he's had as president. His immigration rates are not going in the way that he's expected. We know that the tariffs are not working to make life affordable for Americans. We know that he is afraid of what is in the Epstein files, as he's fought to be the head of the pedophile protection party. And we know that right now he is being investigated for war crimes that he might have committed when he ordered what seems to be illegal attacks against boats in the Caribbean.
Trump is scapegoating a tiny piece of the population, some of the most vulnerable people in our country. But Trump based his order on a report whose author has made it clear that his goal is to denaturalize and deport as many Somali Americans as possible. This is not about crime. It's not about safety. This is about purging people like me from this country. Minnesota has always been a welcoming place for people fleeing a home country that is blasted by war, poverty, and hunger. Europeans in the 19th and 20th century, Black Americans from the South, Hmong and Vietnamese, Liberians and East Africans and Latin Americans. This embrace of new culture is one of our greatest strengths. The first generation came here as immigrants, the second as Americans. They are our teachers, nurses, blue-collar workers, small business owners, and public servants. Donald Trump wants to make Americans hate each other over race and religion. That might play well on Truth Social or Fox News, but it's not going to work here in real life. Minnesotans know better. We care about our neighbors. We live and work alongside each other. Our kids go to the same schools. We shovel each other's cars out of snow. We are not afraid of each other, and we are not afraid of Donald Trump. He will lose this fight in court, and we will show his effort to divide us only brings us closer together and make us stronger.
So guys, before we get into the real conversation, let me say this so clearly for everyone to understand, because whatever I'm seeing around trending right now is so wild. The Somali deportation, this is crazy, because all of a sudden I'm seeing posts like we are being oppressed because we are blacks. Since when? Because for a number of years the Somalis have been distancing themselves from the blackness, and all of a sudden right now they're identifying themselves as blacks. So stay tuned as I play for you these videos that are trending right now, and as I come back with my commentaries at the end.
I keep screaming this from every mountaintop I can. That's Hassan Ali, and this is Ilhan Omar. We know who Ilhan Omar. Hassan is the president or prime minister of Somalia. They had a roundtable meeting with nothing but Africans talking about getting in to American politics, but understanding that they are 100% Somalian and they will never change. Now, in this clip that I'm about to show, Mr. Ali, Hassan Ali, is talking, and he's letting it be known that Ilhan Omar is there to take a black American seat in Congress.
It is very important in Ilhan Thai, Somali Thai, and Meshas Nuruja. Somalia or Alexidin Sutai, Nimu Haka, Kusias, of Ataga, of Moro.
They are not here to be our friends. They are not here to fight for all black people. They are here to fight for Somalians. That's it. Those are not my words. It's their words. It's their actions, right? So before y'all jump on here, look, just another jealous black American. I'm not jealous of anything. We can't be beat. We're undefeated here. That's something y'all forgot. Mind you, this shit was on camera. So I want to know what y'all got to say about that. I already know that black Americans have no allies at all. We don't have friends here. We don't have allies here, especially Africans. It's sad, but it's true. And it's not coming from us. It's coming from you guys, because you guys come over here to this country, automatically look at us as enemy number one. Then you get caught on camera doing this kind of shit. It's absolutely crazy, but I love when people show their true colors. Please tell me who you are so I can believe you the first time.
So Somalians are trying to drag black Americans into their fight. Check this out.
But Trump based his order on a report whose author has made it clear that his goal is to denaturalize and deport as many Somali Americans as possible. This is not about crime. It's not about safety. This is about purging people like me from this country. Minnesota has always been a welcoming place for people fleeing a home country that is blasted by war, poverty, and hunger. Europeans in the 19th and 20th century, black Americans from the South, Hmong.
That was a call for allyship, and they threw the race card out there. We're all black. What happened to I'm not black, I'm Somalian? And what happened to the call of allyship when y'all was scamming Minnesota out of hundreds of millions of dollars? They only pull out the race card when it's beneficial to them, because before this, they'll tell you, you're jealous because Somalians are driving Priuses. And there's no allyship when they taking advantage of all these government assistance programs, HUD, public housing. They're not going to let you in their building that they're in. And these are the same people that will tell you, if you black American Somalians will say, hey, my people came over here in planes and your people came over here in shackles and chains. Keep that same energy. I respect that. Since me and my peoples came over here in shackle and chains in a ship, I'm porting my ship right here. This is where I'm going to port my ship. Don't use black as a race card. Don't use black when it's beneficial. Keep that same energy. You not black, you Somalians. You not black, you Nigerians. Keep that same energy. Because when it's time to benefit off these government programs, like housing, all that stuff, they lock other people out. They don't care about nobody else but their own people. So why you yelling allyship now?
And now I'm understanding, and you're going to look at, I hear they ripped off Somalians. Ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care.
Congresswoman, do you agree with President Trump's assumption that you married your brother to get citizenship? Have you begun packing your bags for Somalia yet, Congresswoman Omar?
Not going anywhere.
So you're not?
No, don't waste your energy on me.
Do you have a message for President
I
Trump?
will be here probably longer than Trump.
Wait, do you have a message for President
I
Trump?
am like a quarter of his age.
Do you have anything else you'd like to say to
He's
him?
an old man losing his mind. I don't know why he's obsessed with me.
Interesting. Well, thank you, Congresswoman.
Yeah, I hope he gets help.
Thank you.
What would you say to the president if you were standing here right now?
Mr. President, we campaign for you. We have hope in you. We see hope in you. Please differentiate between good, bad, and evil.
That's a Somali immigrant who voted for President Trump in 2024, but now Trump is demonizing Somalis in America, specifically here in Minnesota.
I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. We're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country.
I got 5 children. My children are no garbage. I campaigned for the president in 2024. I actually went out and we reached 50 million people endorsing Trump 7 days before the election.
What drew you to the president?
Because we believed he was an agent of chaos. We couldn't afford anything back then. There was a fentanyl crisis. There was an issue of affordability. The living standards went down. Crime issues. These are 5 very important things to us. And we believe that Trump would be the solution to it. I've been a Republican for over 25 years. I'm not going to stop being a Republican. But what I do know is for a fact is we're getting killed out here because people are saying, we told you so.
We are Somalis, not black. There, I said it. All right? Everyone is keep asking, why don't Somalis want to identify as black? It's simple. The term black was never a word to begin with. Yeah. The term black, it didn't come from Africa. It came from America. Hello. Right? It was designed to separate slaves from Europeans. It was not designed to celebrate identity. It was to control it. Yeah. So when Somalis came to the West, we didn't suddenly become black. We were labeled. All right? Imposed. And we embrace it. Chill like that. Chill like that. Sheesh. Somalis had identity before race. Alright? Our identity comes from our ancestors, not appearance. Yeah. Alright? Blackness is a Western category. Somalia is a civilization. Big difference. We're Somalis. Chill like that.
Somalis are not black. Let me explain why. Looking at me right now, chat, am I black? I'm literally brown. I'm literally brown, bro. Think about it as well. Somalis are Arabs. We're in the Arab leagues. We speak the Arab language. We eat the Arab food. Bro, think about it like this, bro. If a whole community doesn't regard themselves as black, we can't be black, bro. We literally can't be black, bro. Boogie, did you eat your brain cells? Really and truly, Somalis are Arabs, bro. Think about it, bro. We're in the Arab leagues. We speak the Arab language. Bro, tell me I'm not lying.
We're not black. We're not Arab. We're Somali. Let me start off by why we're not black. This is black. This is brown, and there's not a single person in the world that's this skin color. Do your research. Black is the absence of color. It's what you get when there's no color. It's what you get when you turn off the light. You get black. And yes, I know there's going to be those people that say Somalis or East Africans are in that racial construct, that racial typology, that racial classification. But no, who made this thing? Who made this racial classification? It was the Europeans. The white man made it. And if a white man told me I'm a prick, doesn't mean I have to go by it. In my opinion, there's not a single person on this world, whether you're West African, East African, North African, South African, or even in the Caribbean, that's black. We are not this color. We are just different shades of brown. And I believe some people, like the East Africans, don't accept what the colonial people told them they are. And other people obviously accept it and they don't care what a colonial or the people that enslaved them calls them. So right now, you're telling me if they called you back then, if they called you you're a prick or you're an idiot, you'll just accept it right now and you say, yeah, us Africans are idiots, we're pricks. Is that what you're telling me? Do the Asians call themselves yellow or red? I wonder. Now for the reason why we're not Arab, yes, we may be in the Arab League, that doesn't make us Arab. We just did that for political time. Somali people came before the Arabs. The East African people came before the Arabs. We are Cushitic people. We are Cushitic speaking people. And the Cushitic language and the Cushitic people came before the Arabs. So you can't tell me we're Arab if we came before them. We don't share the same language, and we speak the Cushitic language. We don't share the same culture. What culture do we have we've got similar to the Arab people? Come on, man. We don't share anything that's similar. The only thing that we share is Islam. And you'll find a lot of Arabs that are either Christian, Jewish, Muslim, but you will never, it's hard to find a Christian Somali or a Jewish Somali. Somalis are 90.
Not to be nosy, but I saw this comment on one of my mutuals, Hawk's videos. And I had to interject because what the fuck are you talking about, bro? So for context, the video in question is talking about ICE targeting Somalis in Minnesota, right? And Hawk is saying essentially that ICE is now targeting black people. And broski Coco, what the fuck? Coco Maisha? Whatever. Anyway, this person is basically saying Somalians are not black people, right? Black is a label given to indigenous people of America. We are not the same at all. If you want to sit here and say that Somalians are not African American, you'd be 100% correct. They're not. But to sit there and say they're not black is incorrect because look at them. Black is not just something that refers to African Americans. It encompasses everyone within the diaspora. I'm Nigerian American. I'm black. If you're an African American, you're black. Somali American, black. Also, there's also the second part of your comment that is even more ridiculous and egregious. Black is a label given to the indigenous people of America. Do they know that? Do the Native Americans know that we're calling them black people now? Like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? African Americans or black people are not indigenous to this country. White people aren't indigenous to this country. The only people indigenous to the North American continent are Native Americans. That's it. Those are the only people who are indigenous to these lands. If you are anything other than a Native American, you are not indigenous to this country. Not white people, not black people, not nobody. And it's that simple. I thought this was common knowledge. What the fuck are you talking about?
Hi, so I just really want to make this video from like a human space. This is something I've been really meaning to say, and I'm so glad that I can finally articulate it to you guys. So I'm Somali. I grew up in Minnetonka. I've been raised here my entire life. I am born here and I've lived here. I've studied here. I'm a pre-med. I do research, and that's usually the type of stuff I talk about on my page. But right now I feel like it's really important for me to say this. What I'm going to say is that I have been getting so many messages telling me to go back to your country, go back to your country. But the reality of the situation is the United States is the only country I've ever known my entire life. And the thing is, the great irony of it all is I'm not the ambassador of Somalia. I don't speak for Somali people. I'm not a spokesperson for this community. I'm just one young person trying to study, navigate life, and live like any other 20-something-year-old living here in this state. And so something that I feel like is going on is that there's a lot of immigrant people and first-gen, second-gen kids like me with this weight on our shoulders trying to explain everything going on in our communities, trying to defend our communities. But I'm really no different from any other 20-something-year-old trying to make it here in this state, in this country, in this world. And so I'm sharing this because I really feel like a lot of us are being treated this way and dealing with this quietly. But the reality is we aren't symbols. We aren't some type of ambassador. We are just human beings.
Yeah, I think that that's one perspective. But the other perspective is, you're just collateral damage from the bad decisions that was made, possibly from your family, depending on how they got here. Because we still have to ask the question, right? This young woman who, you have to love and respect the fact that they were able to articulate themselves and communicate clearly about what their plight is and what's happening over in the Somali community, which she's not necessarily saying anything that we don't already know, that people that are born here inside of the United States of America, especially ones that receive birthright citizenship, meaning that their parents may not necessarily be from here, and they may have come over here either illegally or temporary protective status, but it doesn't mean that it justify the fact that we are leveraging laws that were meant for American descendants of slaves, people that did not ask to be here, and them receiving birthright citizenship should not have been extended over into people that are just normally born in the United States of America, regardless of what their circumstances are. So while I acknowledge that we should make sure that we accommodate people that are legally here in the United States of America as citizens, you can't blame people that then speak loudly about the fact that we should be putting Americans first and the people that are here already instead of advocating for and allocating our tax dollars for people that came over here illegally. You know,
To my American people, do you find it bizarre that Ilhan Omar made the statement that we know that Trump don't like black Americans? Notice how they always try to clump us all together. You know, the foundational black Americans are trying to separate ourselves for this reason. Y'all came into our country, use all our benefits, clown all the black Americans. Oh, look at them. What we've been told is all we got to do is trash them over there. Just trash them. And we can join forces and have a good life. So you did that. Now, Trump is talking about deportation. The foundation of black Americans are sitting here like, well, deport them all. We don't care. Why? Because there's no deportation for us. We can sit back, eat our popcorn, and laugh at you. So Trump, please, keep going. Do more. Get rid of them all. And then you got these simps and cunks out here, especially I can't stand when I see a black man, a black male. Look at them, they're dividing families, and look at them. This is wrong. This ain't right. This ain't right. Bro, do you realize that 20 million, more, maybe more than that, came over here with a false pretense that they were going to get milk and honey when they came here? Essentially, they did. Freeloading off of our tax dollars. So while this simp, this cuck out here, oh yeah, we can't do this. This is wrong. Numbnuts don't realize that they're actually using your tax dollars to freeload and get this milk and honey. So my question to these people that keep saying this stuff is, how come we can't have the milk and honey? How come we can't chill? How come we can't have a good life? How come we keep giving everybody else a good life, but every day we gotta wake up and go to work, especially these blue collar jobs, and our bones gotta hurt every day? Come on, man. Y'all gotta wake up, man.
Why did I see a tweet today talking about the fact that Trump is targeting Somali people in Minnesota is going to put black Americans at risk? I don't think so. I think that black Americans and Somali people don't look anything alike, first of all. Second of all, they don't even consider themselves black.
You know, like the racists are actually just jealous of Somalis because of how successful we became in a matter of one generation. And I was watching a lot of videos that are coming up on my For You page where people are saying, how come Somalis have nice cars and we don't? We've been here like how many generations? We were born here, our ancestors are from here, but Somalis drive nice cars. This whole thing is just making me realize is jealousy. They're jealous of our success because they expect us like to be at the bottom of the bottom, right? And then we come here one generation, we work hard, we save our money. And Somalis are not the only community that committed fraud, okay? We're not all committing fraud, okay? Every community has bad apples, but they're trying to use that as leverage to hate on us, right? And attack our community. But what it is like when you're an immigrant group and you're black on top of that and you're African, they hate you to be successful. They hate you to be successful. Now, if we were like European immigrants, like maybe Bosnians who are Muslims or Russians, and they become successful, nobody would blink an eye because they're white. But the fact that we're brown people from Africa, you know what I mean? It kills them. Because the way we move, we don't move like we're inferior to anybody, right? And it's bothering them. And our name has reached the White House. That's how powerful the Somali community is. Wallahi, I have this thing where if Somalis work together, the only problem Somalis have is like, we need to build our country back. Wallahi billahi, we could have been like the most We could have been a superpower nation. How gifted Allah has made Somalis in making money, in being successful, in being able to see opportunity everywhere they go. All right, so there's this like guy on my For You page, and he was talking about, I used to be a handyman, and I see Somalis, they all have nice cars. And then, the hate comments were down there, deport them, do this, do that. And let me tell you something. The reason why we have nice cars, nice clothes, we look good, we're shining, we're doing that, is because we work and we don't spend our money on nonsense. We don't spend our money on like the latest fashions, the latest wigs, the latest whatever. We save our money and we work as a family unit. We're not individualistic. We work as communities. We save our money and we help each other make big purchases that way. Somali community is very tight-knit. American culture is very individualistic. Everybody you're alone, you're expected to do everything yourself. In a Somali community, we work together. That's how we became successful fast. And we took, the opportunities that were given to us in this country. Is that wrong? Many immigrants before us did it. Why can't we do it? And now we're being punished for being successful too fast. That's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And now they're trying to come at our community, deport them, do this to them. Even Somalis, wherever we go, we're still going to be successful. Even if you deport them, they can still make money. Wallahi. And you guys will still be in the U.S. broke, living paycheck to paycheck.
There's a lot of African Americans, right? They're like so hateful on TikTok. Let me remind you of all the African Americans. There was a time where police were unaliving a lot of African Americans. But when it comes to the state of Minnesota, when George Floyd happens, we understood that when you come for one black man, you're coming for all of us. And we stood by them. We raised our voices. We chanted Black Lives Matter with our chest open wide. So for you all to just come at us like that when we support it, that's insane.
The Somalis of Feed Our Future used George Floyd to scam Minnesota Department of Education. He was a key element around that time when the racial tensions was pretty intense in this country and they had Black Lives Matter going on. This was the rise of Feed Our Future. So in the process of them falsifying all these documents, Minnesota Department of Education noticed some red flags. There was just sites popping up everywhere and inconsistencies with their paperwork. And MDE, Minnesota Department of Education, was like, know what? We're going to stop funding some of these sites because they were over supervising those sites and they're the ones that sent the funds out because they noticed some red flags. But because of all the racial tension back then in 2020, that was the height of everything, Feed Our Future was like, you know what? We're going to sue the Department of Education. So this judge ordered MDE to continue to release the funds and accept new sites. Mind y'all, this was the epicenter of where everything happened at. Minnesota was the epicenter, even though these sites was feeding more kids than the kids existed in Minnesota. So George Floyd was just a tool, one of the tools they used to their advantage. One thing I do agree with her on is allyship is transactional.
So let me be fair and say this before anyone tries to twist my words, okay? Not all Somalis refuse to identify as blacks, okay? But a huge majority of them made it their whole personality that they will say that I'm Somali, I'm not black. I'm Somali, I'm not black. We're Cushitic, or rather we are different, or we speak different language or eat different foods, okay? You'd see it everywhere. TikTok, Twitter, IG, all over. Yeah, in real life also you'll see these Somalis saying the same thing. They wanted the culture. That was something that was so open. They wanted the culture, the music, the slang, yeah, the looks and also the cool. But they didn't want to share the struggles of being black. Now fast forward to this deportation season, okay? Suddenly they're crying racism. Suddenly they're victims of black discrimination. This is something that's not making sense at all, okay? All of a sudden they're black. And here's the thing, yeah? The issue isn't that they identify as blacks right now. The issue is why they only do it when they're in trouble. Because allyship is not something that is seasonal. You just step into it when it benefits you, yeah? Or rather, stepping into blackness when it benefits you, and stepping out of it when it is time to be accountable. That doesn't make any sense, because black communities for many decades they've been crying about injustices. Decades they've been crying about police profiling. Many decades they've been crying about immigration raids, yeah, housing discriminations, medical biasness. All these cries that the blacks have been putting forward, yeah, the Somali communities were busy saying that that's not our problem, okay? But now that the system is turning onto them or against them, suddenly they need the unity. And I'm reacting to the energy that is online, because what I'm saying so far is selective solidarity. When the Black Americans and the East Africans, or rather the Afro diaspora folks, were fighting for recognition, the Somalis often distanced themselves, yeah? They said, we are not like them, yeah? They pushed colorism, tribalism. But now, when deportation hits, they want the same community, yeah? They once separated and defended themselves from. They want the support from them. Nobody celebrates deportation, or rather, nobody deserves mistreatment, okay? This is something that we need to understand. No one is going to celebrate when you're being thrown out of your houses, because this is unfair. That is something that no one deserves. No one deserves mistreatment, in short. But let's be honest here. Yeah? The sudden identity shift is crazy by the Somali community, because blackness isn't something that you just come and wear it when it's convenient for you. You just come in and wear the blackness. Yeah? It's about the lived experiences, the struggles, the good and the bad. So if the Somali community wants the allyship right now, they need to show up, yeah, for the black struggles. Whenever we're going for rallies, they need to show up, not saying that we are not them, we're not the same, okay? Not just when they're in troubles, they identify themselves as black. That is totally crazy. Something that we, the black community, won't accept. And so guys, let me know down in the comments, do you think that this sudden allyship is genuine, or do you think this is just a survival mode for the Somali community? Because the timing is definitely so crazy, yeah? Kindly remember to push the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and also share it around. Thank you.